up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Boys, before we get into anything right now, Ford takeover dates have been locked in. If you don't follow me on Instagram or Facebook, be sure to do that. But listen, May 7th and 8th, 2 full days, Ford takeover, lights off in 2021. I'm telling you guys, you are not going to want to miss it. We've got so much at work. Stay tuned for details, guys. But I mean, we literally shattered every record last year, and we're gonna do it again this year. And 2 full days. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. Foxcast.com. Feel free to stop there for more info, but I'll have all the details very soon. Let's get into it. All right, before we get into all the talking. Guys, I have not had Pop's car out of the garage in so long. It's crazy, and yes, it burns oil and leaks coolant, but I don't get real far from the house. I can get out on these backcountry roads and just play around with it. Yes, it's a complete and utter turd, but I still enjoy it. You know, it's crazy because it's, you know, not very far removed from my Coyote car as far as year and generation. But the feeling is so much different. The steering, the brakes, the acceleration, the way it handles everything. But I still get out and enjoy this car. And working on my wife learning how to drive it too. She's getting there. That video is coming very soon, I promise. Just seems like 2020 has kept throwing us wrenches. But we're never down. We're never defeated. So, got you. Got the windows down so you can hear it. While Pop's car is a total turd, it sounds pretty good. I say turd, guys, it's not that bad. It's really not. But yeah, man, I still enjoy this car, regardless of the fact that it's making sub 200 horsepower. To the ground. It's still a really fun car to just get out and fool around in. Guys, I'm not even gonna lie, at much over 45 miles an hour, Pop's car is just a little bit sketchy. All the suspension is like wore out. Shocks and struts definitely on the way. Plus, we've got these tiny little 225 tires on it. I mean, jeez. And every bump I hit, the camera's probably not picking it up, but every bump I hit, the cat back that is sagging so far down, like... Oh, sketchy pull. I don't know if it'll do 100. I don't know if I want to do 100. We're doing like 75. Yeah. I don't think I want to push it any farther than that. Oh my God. Alright, and I will be honest, never actually attempted a burnout in Pop's car. It did it! Yes! Could have had the baby squeaks. Guys, I'm telling you, you can still have a lot of fun with this car. Alright, so there's also the 5th to 3rd thing, or like the 2nd to 4th, you know, if you're street racing somebody. And that kind of gives you that jolt. Let me see what Pop's car does here. Definitely need to check the oil after that pull, though. We blew out quite a bit on that one. Okay, so I gotta see if this thing will actually still play posi after all this time. So yeah, let's see what she does. All right, guys, so I gave it my best shot, and literally I can see one. So that sucks. Yeah, rear end's done. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and say the rear end is wore out too. All right, guys, so one of the main reasons that I did this video is because I want to talk about all the comments I see about budget builds, or the comments like, why do you do all these builds that I can't relate to, on and on and on. And you know, with all that being said, guys, if you look at this car, I don't see how you can't relate to this car. As far as, I mean, it doesn't get a whole heck of a lot worse than what we started out with Pop's car, if you go back to the very beginning. And yes, I'm telling you right now, this is a huge improvement over what it was when we got the car. So I guess a lot of what I want to say, guys, as far as these builds goes, is what I try to do in these videos is show you the entire spectrum of what is possible when you're building your car. And what I don't want you to do is think in terms of limitations. And what I mean by that is most of the hate that I see and that I receive because of the Coyote swaps or some of the higher end builds that we've done on the channel is because people feel like that they'll never be able to have something like that. That's absolute total crock of shit. I mean, it totally is. And I say that because all of these awesome, insane cars that you see on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, I know all those guys. And you know what? They didn't all start out that way. Many of these guys, if you know them, they've had these cars for years. They've gone through many different transformations, and you know, it took them forever to get where they're at. And all people see is the end result. They don't actually pay attention to the journey, and that's a lot of what I wanted to shed some light on today. It's about the journey. It's about, you know, the procedure, the time, the the effort, your blood, sweat, and tears. That's what makes a build worth it. I'm not even sure if he's watching, guys, but I'm going to mention my buddy Scott Hartrick, his amazing black 88 GT. Took him 4 years, literally 4 years, and more money than he'll probably ever readily admit to. But builds take time, they take money, they take, you know, a lot of effort. So, you know, what I don't want you to do is think in limitations. Oh, I can't afford that, or I don't know how to work on that, or you know, all the different reasons, excuses that I see in the comments all over the internet. And you know, people hate on things because either they don't understand them, or you know, they feel like they're out of their reach. So instead of, you know, admitting things like that, they decide to hate on them. And that's the totally wrong way to be, guys. And you know, let's be realistic. My car took forever. So guys, when we picked up Pop's car, I pretty much had it in my head what we were gonna do as far as this build, and I laid it out here on the channel as far as, you know, let's get all the safety stuff done, let's fix everything that's broken, everything that really can't wait, you know, stuff like brakes and lighting, stuff like that. And you know, go from there, tackle the interior. We're going to tackle the suspension, then we'll tackle paint and body, tackle the engine, the transmission. And so when you're approaching your build, instead of thinking in limitations, put a plan together. You know, put a time frame together, work towards that. And again, guys, it gets so frustrating seeing in the comments, you know, and again, I'm not giving anybody a hard time, but stop thinking in terms of limitations and put a plan together to have what you want. If you settle for something because you don't feel like you can achieve it, you're never going to be happy with it. So again, set a goal, decide what you want, no matter how big or small, and then just go get it, because in the end, you're only going to be happy if you get what you want, not what you settle for. Guys, I'm also going to go ahead and tell you right now, one of the terms that I absolutely hate the worst as it relates to cars is a budget build, because in my opinion, there's just no such thing. There's no such thing. Anytime and every time I went to do something on a car, most of the time ends up costing me twice as much. And it's just, that's cars, especially when you get into older stuff. like Fox body. Now, okay, if you're gonna do a budget build on a new S550 Mustang, you know, headers, a cold air intake, whatever, and my budget's $1,500, that's all I'm gonna spend. Okay, there you go. Nothing else is broken, but I guarantee you got a payment on it too, probably. So yeah, guys, these older cars, you better just throw the budget out the window. Decide what you want within reason. You know, put a plan together and take it step by step. And while you're waiting on, you know, being able to afford some of the larger ticket items, do some of the smaller stuff. Do the stuff that are more elbow grease than dollars and cents. And stick to your plan. Get that car done. Don't sell it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it gave you a little bit of food for thought. You know, these cars are not cheap. Restoring, modifying cars are not cheap. And this is the most budget of budget builds right here that I'm driving. And I'm telling you, I'm already in deep in this thing. So we're gonna throw that whole budget thing out the window. Enjoy your build, do it, you know, as discretionary. You use as much as discretion as you can. Get it done, enjoy it. That's what matters. So, if you enjoyed this video, big thumbs up. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. And I'm gonna go hit some back roads. Later.